Hey everyone, this is a collective reading for the full moon happening December 15th. So I'm just curious what's in the collective energy for us all out there. Now, I did start us off by pulling an archetype for us. We are getting the temple. So the temple is encouraging us to realize that our body is in fact a temple. We are not separate from the sacred. We are a part of it. So it is in fact encouraging us to look at the things that we put our efforts, our energy, and our worship towards. So are we worshiping our money? Are we worshiping family? That kind of thing. So just remember, you are sacred on this journey, and be encouraged to look to the things that, you worship. And if we need to course correct or continue what we're doing, it's something to think about. So I'm going to carry us on moving forward. We're going to start with the Rider-waite tarot as per usual. And once again, this is for the collective energy of the full moon in December on the 15th. See what kind of energy this full moon is going to be bringing for us. One more shuffle. Perfect. And I'm reading intuitively here, so I'm not sure how many cards I'm going to draw until I'm done. But we'll go with the flow, and we're just here to have a good time. Okay. All right. So starting us off, once again for the full moon in December, we're beginning our journey at the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is this situation where we're feeling like we don't have enough money. We're feeling maybe our health is not doing so hot at this time. It's just this overwhelming sense of disappointment and lack. However, the simple solution to this problem is these folks here, they need to get out of the cold and go inside where it's warm, where they can seek guidance and help. And next off, it takes us to the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is this kind of energy of, I've got too much on my plate with this emotional situation here that I couldn't possibly put anything more on my plate. I'm done. And it's this need for a new way of thinking, a new approach, and even this concept of you have all these ingredients here to make the changes needed. And that takes us to the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is this new beginning here. Like, these people are in these coffins and they're rising up out of this darkness, here. They're heeding the call from the archangel here. They're rising above. They are listening to the call and they are here for it. So it's kind of like we're being called into a new and a better way of life. There's this new opportunity coming up. So I'm curious to see how that's going to look moving forward. But after we pass the Judgment, this change, this new opportunity, it brings us to the Fool, which definitely bolsters this idea of a new beginning, a new opportunity. The future is looking bright. Like, he's excited on his journey. And new beginnings are not, like, he's not starting from scratch. He's got this little pack here, and he's got this feather in his cap. Those things there tell us that he is bringing skills that he has already learned into the present moment for this new opportunity, this new adventure. It's beautiful. And that takes us to the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, this gentleman here is balanced, he is sturdy, and he's doing well in business and finance. He is able to give. He even has extra that he's able to give to this person here. Now, this person here, I don't know if you can see this, they've got something in their back pocket. So it's kind of this idea of giving our energy, our resources, what we have to the people who are truly deserving, who are truly in need, versus not applying our energy to backhanded individuals or situations. So this is looking really good. He is very intelligent and in tune with who he wants to share his harvest with. I really like that. So it looks like we're learning here, and we're kind of moving past this negative kind of vibe here into new beginnings that's leading us to prosperity. And moving on from the Six of Pentacles, it takes us to the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is talking about this flash of insight. You can see the sword here is piercing through this crown. So that talks about an epiphany. There's like this bright new idea that might need to be explored here. And it talks about new opportunities happening. Like, this is a very exciting time. It seems like there's a lot of doors opening for different ways of thinking and being, as well as opportunities to increase our wealth and increase our mindset, our clarity of thought. So this is looking really promising here. I'm going to carry on forward with the Pupl Tarot and see what else this journey has in store for us. Once again, it's for the full moon, December 15th, for the collective. This is just kind of a general vibe of what the full moon is going to have in store for us all. Now, this isn't written in stone. This is up to us. If we want to heed the call and make those positive changes, get away from this negative energy, there's good things coming. Why the heck not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I'll stop being silly. All right. Moving forward. And one more. Okay. So we're moving on from this, perhaps even seeking some guidance to help us move away from this energy of, things aren't going so hot. We're heeding the call, we're listening to the call so that we can step out of this dark situation we've been in. It's like, these are like coffins. They're like, it kind of represents a small death in a way. A good death, though. We love death card and death because it brings us new beginnings. I mean, winter is death. The spring is a new beginning. We're going to move away from the winter into the spring. And moving into the spring with the Fool of new beginnings, prosperous times, exciting endeavors, it's adventure. And it takes us to this stability, this financial wellness where we are balanced, we're good with our business, we know what we're doing, we're studious, and we are clear in our thoughts. We know who is deserving of the energy and resources we have to give. Taking us to the Ace of Swords, it's this clear insight. We're clearing away all the clouds, and we are finally seeing things clearly. We are opening ourselves up to insights. Beautiful. And then we have this guy showing up, this Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, you can see she's woken up from this nightmare. She's absolutely in distress. And it's like this repeated story that she's telling herself, perhaps about someone she knows or a situation that it's like the older we get, the harder it is not to be cynical. It's like, oh, I already know how that's going to play out. Do we though? Do we really know everything? No, we're still learning and we're still growing, and that's what makes life beautiful. So this never-ending nightmare, this can be easily solved with a little bit of clarity, seeking some help from out of the cold. Now that takes us to the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is this gentleman here. He's looking at the world and he's just pondering, like, what do I do? So what's called for with the Two of Wands is this need for taking steps and making a plan and sticking to it. If he is courageous in his way and he's willing to take those steps, he will overcome any boundaries in his way. He just needs to take the steps to do so because he has all the skills that he needs and he's very balanced. And that takes us to the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is talking about this need for being strong, for being grounded, and to stand your ground. You need to put up some healthy boundaries here. That's what's called for. Healthy boundaries is going to help us avoid this kind of negative self-talk, these negative stories we tell ourselves, this feeling of lack, of I couldn't possibly handle anymore, I've got too much. So that moves us to the Strength card. And that works so good with the Nine of Wands, talking about being strong and standing your ground. Now, to get a little deeper with the Strength card, what this talks about, if you notice the infinity sign above her head, this talks about this strength of this battle. It's required daily. It's this strength that she's exercising. It's not like this overpowering, like I gotta wrestle it into submission. It's like, no, look at her. She's using one hand. She's like leaning. She's comfortable. It's this soft power, this soft control. And to go even deeper with strength, strength talks about, I mean, if it is a daily struggle, this lion here, this beast is her shadow. We don't defeat our shadows. We figure out ways to work with it. We have to tame it every day. It's a marathon. It is not a sprint when it comes to our shadow and our well-being, which the Strength card is fantastic to see coming up after this Nine of Swords. It's like we're moving on from this this negative self-talk, these sad stories we tell ourselves, a never-ending nightmare, to we're looking for new ways to apply our skills, the things we've learned, to move forward and defend our position with strength and courage. And that brings us to the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles talks about new opportunities. It's prosperous. It's looking good. And it's also talking about this ability to manifest. So, I mean, it is nice to see along with this build of wealth. Now, the Page of Pentacles, rather, it talks about this desire to learn more about the material world. So this is in reference to finances. It's in reference to just how the world functions, like the seasons, how does that affect us? And it could even be learning about ecological systems and things like that. So this is looking really good and really exciting. We're moving on to bigger, brighter things. And this takes us to the King of Cups. Oh, so the King of Cups is talking about this kindness. Like, this gentleman here is sturdy. He's emotionally mature. He is able to give and receive freely. He knows his worth, and he is healthy and prosperous in his way. This is an excellent thing to strive for. And I'm going to pull out the Quantum Oracle next, and we're going to do another couple cards here just to see if there's anything else that we need to consider moving forward for December 15th of the full moon. What do we got going on this full moon? Okay. So we're moving past this idea of not having enough. Things are looking a little bleak. We're feeling like we have too much on our plate. There's emotional overwhelm. But we are hearing the call. We're stepping out of this old, dark way of thinking, and we're ready to move forward. Taking us to the Fool, this new bright beginnings. It's looking prosperous and it's adventurous. And that leads us to the Six of Pentacles, where we're sturdy. We have the finances we need. Heck of an upgrade from this. And we're able to know where to put our energies and our resources. We're getting clear insight, epiphanies. We're clearing the fog. It's looking good. There's this return of this never-ending nightmare. But it leads us again to wonder what our way forward is. We're waiting to make a plan. We're going to be strong in making this plan, and we're going to take the steps and the actions to enact that plan because it is going to be successful. Bringing us to the Nine of Wands, we just need to hold out a little longer. We're moving forward quickly, though. This is looking fantastic. We are strong, we are enforcing proper boundaries, and we are standing our ground. Once again, bolstered by the Strength card, we're strong, we're willing to take on this battle because we have the ability to succeed. To the Page of Pentacles, where we're allowing in these new opportunities. We're excited, we're curious, we're looking for new adventure, and we want to learn. And that takes us to this prosperous new start, this wish fulfillment, this maturity. Beautiful. And following that guy is a milestone. To me, this is saying, look at how far you've come. You've come a long way. Take a moment, rest here, and celebrate. I mean, heck, it is Christmas coming up. Enjoy those decorations. Those decorations don't have to be just for Christmas. They can be for you too, on your milestone, working hard to get where you are. I love it. And it's followed up by this Commitment card. So this could be, of course, with lovers, relationships, even jobs. However, what I'm getting from this is not that. What I'm getting from this Commitment card is this commitment that we need to stay the course because we're upgrading, we're moving forward. We're making good changes and good decisions for our lives. And that leads to Angels of the Four Directions. It's a very blessed time. Your guides have got your back. And I love how this reading closes off with Angels of the Four Directions. And this, what we started with, the temple. It's like this whole reading has been building this temple brick by brick. And this is where we started. That's crazy. We're going from this idea of nothing to literally everything. You are sacred You are on a beautiful journey. Don't forget to stop and celebrate your wins. You're doing so good. Commit to the path. There's good things in store. There's the King of Cups, heck. And this blessing from Spirit, like, this is looking like a pretty darn good full moon. I think I'm going to stop it here. I'm done. This is great. I love it. Let's kill it, guys. Have a great full moon. Take care.